This is Wonder Wealthy. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Here we talk about money a lot of times. And today I wanted to share the 5 best investments that I've made within the past couple years that really honestly have changed the trajectory of my life. I think this video is pertinent to this time of year because during this time, usually between Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever other winter holiday you celebrate, we're so focused on giving. And yes, it's that time of year where you give and you think about others and you put others first. But I also think that there's a really good argument for why you should focus on yourself and invest in yourself and put yourself first during this time of year. As you get older, the holidays, parts of them still remain very joy-filled, but there's a lot of parts of them that become more stressful or less joyful because maybe you've lost a loved one or they're just not like how they used to be when we were naive children. And so along with budgeting for gifts for others during this holiday season, friends, family, loved ones, I think you should also make room in your budget for yourself. Whether that looks like spending money on bubble bath, necessities, and chocolate, or it truly is, taking yourself to your accountant and sitting down and having a one-on-one, or booking yourself a personal trainer session and maybe sweating for the first time in a couple months. We need to start putting ourselves first so we can show up fully for other people, because for some reason, someone, somewhere, made it way more important for us to give to others than to consider what we personally need. And although yes, there is a time and place for giving, there's also a time and place for giving to yourself and receiving and, taking care of yourself. So here are 5 investments that I have made in myself or for myself that have changed my life for the better. Investment number 1 was one that I made a handful of years ago, and it was actually my domain name so that I could start my blog and my podcast. It was probably $15, maybe $20, and continues to be that every year. And of course I have to pay for my website hosting as well, but it's something that allowed me to take thoughts and ideas swirling around my head and put them down on virtual paper. I've then been able to take those thoughts and ideas and turn them into a business in which I get to work and live from anywhere in the world. I did this investment not knowing at all what it would turn into, but it has turned into quite a lot, and I think I only have myself to thank for that, at least that very first move. The second best investment I made was on a coach. Now, my coach I hired to help me in my business, but I think anyone can hire a coach to help them with anything they're looking to take from 0 to 100 much faster than they could do it themselves. Whether you need accountability or guidance, hiring someone to walk along with you each step of the way and make sure that you do take those steps can really, really help change the trajectory of your life. When I first started working with my business coach at the time, I had no idea what I wanted to make of my business. I just knew that I had this thing. I wanted to talk about personal finance and I wanted to help women in particular. But I had a lot of thoughts surrounding what business had to be and how it had to feel. And my business coach really helped me realize that business didn't have to feel yucky and that I could really help people while also making a living along with it. Now, I think everyone needs some sort of help or guidance or just person to walk along with them. At different seasons of their lives, they need someone different. So for me, at that time, I needed a business coach. For you, you might be looking for a life coach, or maybe a fitness coach, or maybe a finance coach. But whatever it is, know that you don't have to do things alone. And I think that's really important. Surrounding yourself with the right people and even being willing to spend some money and invest in yourself by hiring the right people to help you get to where you want to go can actually help you do that a lot faster, or even realize it, because sometimes we try and then eventually just give up because we don't have faith enough in our own self that someone else might be willing to provide to you. The third best investment I made, and I'm actually gonna take 2 and put them into this one because then I wanna move on from talking about business, but the third best investment I made was on an online course that taught me how to make money selling online courses, and an online course platform. So the course I was taking, learning how to create my own course, and then I needed to invest in a platform to be able to sell these courses. So I knew that I had knowledge that I wanted to be able to give to others, but working with people one-on-one would be pretty expensive for a lot of those out there who really needed financial help. And so I figured it would be better if I could somehow streamline my one-on-one coaching program into a program where a lot of people could access for a fraction of the cost. And I figured the best way to do this would be through selling online courses. Now I have one course out called the Money Program and a second course well on its way called the Invested Program, teaching people how to invest, and then the earlier course teaching people how to manage their money. Now I had no idea how to get these courses started, so I actually invested in a course called Six Figure Blogger that teaches people who have blogs and podcasts and YouTube channels how to take that and turn it into a money-making course. And then I invested in a course program called Kajabi so that I could actually host my course. Because without getting into the details, building out something to host your own courses is really, really flippin' difficult. So Kajabi helps me market, package up, and sell my online courses, and Six Figure Blogger helped me figure out how to do all of that and to just take my ideas and put them into something that is monetizable. These two things I was able to invest in 2017, which then allowed for 2018 to be a year where I could get up and move anywhere in the world and still make money. And now I get to do what I love, making money, helping other people figure out how to manage their money and then someday make their own money, even sometimes passively. The fourth best investment that I've made in myself was actually on my first month of a CrossFit membership. CrossFit is actually a pretty expensive hobby, if you will, to have, but it was the one investment that took me from thinking that my body had to be a certain way. The idea was skinny and basically torturing myself on a treadmill and counting calories, to wanting a body that was strong and powerful and could do certain things. And I had set performance goals instead of weight and calorie goals. So CrossFit really helped me see that my body was built for strength and power. And the moment I started doing CrossFit, I no longer thought about a calorie the same way ever again. I never wanted or felt like I had to run any sort of time or distance on a treadmill or any sort of other cardio machine. And that has completely changed my idea and my approach to my own health and fitness. And for me, health and fitness is one of the most important things in order to make sure that I am a happy, healthy, thriving human being. And that lets me show up in my personal relationships the best way possible, and it helps me show up professionally the best way possible. And the last, final, fifth best investment that I have made for myself was actually opening up my first investment account. I had no idea what I was doing. I had gone through all of the finance classes and courses in college, and I still was like, but I don't know how to invest for myself. And I think that's a problem. I think that the world doesn't set us up properly to make smart investment decisions for ourselves. Even in school, we usually learn how to do it for businesses, but not personally for ourselves. But I did it anyway. I opened up my first investment account and I invested my first, I think it was $1,000. And I felt scared and I felt like, oh my gosh, what if I lose all of this? Regardless of the fact that I was scared and probably had no idea what I was doing, I still feel that this was probably the best investment I ever made in myself, because I was able to open up this door to this world where you can actually see your money make money and see what the rich people get to see all the time, which is the power of investing and the power of compound interest and the power of passive income. So if you want to learn about investing, but you don't want to do what I did and just like do it and have no clue what you were doing, you can sign up for my Investing 101 Bootcamp. It's free, it's an email course. It'll send you 8 emails over the course of 10 days, and you can learn the appropriate investment strategy for yourself. So you should go to wanderwealthy.com/invest to learn more. And those are the 5 best investments that I've made in the past handful of years that have totally changed my life. And if you're kind of sitting here wondering, okay, I've spent a lot of money or I've been giving a lot of myself to others lately, I'd like to invest in myself, then maybe these would be some good ideas for you. In any way, if they can help you, then I'm glad that I shared. So that is what I have for you today. I hope that it inspires you at least to go out and put yourself first, at least for this one time. And I hope you are all having a wonderful holiday season. If you want more from me, hit the subscribe button. This is a weird video. A lot of videos will not be like this, but you know what? I was just feeling like sharing this today. So I hope it helps, and I'd love to hear what you're going to do to invest in yourself during this crazy holiday time. So pop it in the comments below, like this video if you did, and until next time, I hope you wander wealthy. Bye.